Hello YouTube, welcome to Content. As we are staying and working from home right now, you might have thought of upgrading a laptop. Well, me too. Let's get started. The contenders for today are the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, all in their 13-inch category. Why 13-inch? Cause that's the right size for portability and usage. Need something smaller? Get the iPad or iPad Pro. If you need something to work from desk or you need something for a powerhouse, then get the desktop, a proper desktop. Well, Apple killed the MagSafe in favor of universal USB Type-C Thunderbolt port. It's not the only port that has changed, but now it's the only port that we have on all MacBooks. Apart from the port, we are living in a world that is moving to all-screen bezel-less display smartphones. Similarly, even laptops are moving to the same direction. Here we have the 2017 Non-Retina MacBook Air with the latest generation MacBook Pro. Well, both are 13-inch laptops, but the surface area each occupy is different. So, by this we get to know how densely packed the new machines are. In fact, this is the MacBook Pro and not even the Air. Both are Apple laptops, but it might not be apples to apples comparison here, but it still makes some sense, right? The new one definitely looks more modern when compared to the 2017 MacBook Air. As you can see, both of them side by side, we no longer are restricted to only one color option that was classic silver. Now we have multiple color options with the newer generation MacBooks. The Pros have space gray and silver, and the Air, including the space gray and silver, it has an extra gold color option too. Now we come to the most important part that we daily look at it. It's the display, right? And well, the only compelling reason to upgrade from the non-Retina 2017 MacBook Air is this, the display. It's a 1440 into 900 pixels display, which is better than some 15-inch laptops, 15-inch Windows laptops with 1366 into 768 HD display resolutions. Well, if you're worried about the weight of these laptops, here are they. The MacBook Pro here is 1.36 kg or 3.02 pounds. The MacBook Air, the 2017 model, is 1.35 kg or 2.96 pounds. Just a negligible difference. Well, the new 2020 MacBook Air just weighs 1.29 kg, which is 2.8 pounds. These guys are really portable. Coming to the ports, or just the lack of it, we have just two USB Type-C Thunderbolt ports and a 3.5mm headphone jack in the latest Air and the entry-level MacBook Pro. The expensive Pro has 4 ports. This Thunderbolt 3 port can be used for power, data and hooking up to a display, but I still miss the MagSafe port of the previous iteration. Should just yank off, and of course these legacy USB Type-A ports too. Coming to the display, as we are comparing 13-inch displays here that are glossy, and that's the only similarity. The 2017 MacBook Air has a 1440 into 900 pixel TFT LED backlit display, which is the lowest here, and the new Air and Pro that are on sale today has a Retina resolution, that is 2560 into 1600 resolution display. Again, there is some exclusivity for the Pro lineup, that is, it has got the P3 white color gamut, which gives more accurate colors. So if you are into photography or some work that requires a better color accuracy, then the Pro is the way to go. Another use of high resolution display is you can have multiple windows or can see more content in the same area. Now we shall see some performance figure, so let's fire up Geekbench. Well, it's old Geekbench 4 and also my machines are too old, so let's ignore this for now. Yeah, but okay, well, while it runs, let's discuss about another important aspect, that's how we communicate with these machines. That's right, we use the trackpad and obviously the keyboard. First, let's talk about the keyboard, which people are making a lot of fuss about. Till 2015 MacBook Pro and 2017 MacBook Air, it had scissor switch keyboard, which had more travel and was a better reliable keyboard. From 2016 MacBook Pro and 2018 Air, we have the shallow butterfly keyboard, and the trackpad from 2015 MacBook Pro has changed from the physical diving board mechanism to a solid force touch trackpad that doesn't have any moving part, and the click is just a haptic feedback. Well, coming to the new 2020 MacBook Air, now it's back to the scissor switch keyboard, and the next 13-inch Pro is also expected to get the same scissor switch magic keyboard upgrade. So if you are worried about the keyboard and want a Pro, then wait for it. It should be available anytime soon. The earlier MacBooks had proprietary chargers. The new 13-inch MacBook Air has a 30-watt charger, and the 13-inch Pro has a 61-watt charger. Both are USB Type-C ones, and we can also use the 96-watt one that we get with the 16-inch MacBook Pros. Coming to the hard disk performance, SSD are literally 10 times or even 100 times better than a traditional spinning hard disk. Any MacBook that came after 2015 comes with an SSD. The latest one has PCIe based SSD, which gives insanely great read and write speeds. And generally the higher capacity ones, the 256 and above ones, has an edge over the lower 128GB model. And this is one thing even the normal user would feel the difference. And coming to one more thing, the new Pros have touch bar, which replaces the traditional function keys with a multi-touch bar with shortcuts tailored for each application on the screen. And the new MacBook line no longer has a glowing Apple logo, which many of us miss. Instead, it's just a metallic Apple logo like we seen on the iPads. This is the 2015 MacBook Pro. If you need scissor switch keyboard and all the legacy ports like USB-A, mini display, Thunderbolt 2, HDMI, and the trusty MagSafe, this is a no-nonsense MacBook Pro and is bang for buck in the refurbished market right now. And many Pro users use a SD card slot that's also built in, so there is obviously no need of dongles here. Here we have the previous generation Pro and Air. There is obviously noticeable difference, but the same can't be said for the newer generation Pro and Air. It looks the same, even the display, unless you compare them side by side for maximum brightness and color accuracy, then the Pro takes the cake. That's some performance difference, right? Well, that's how far we have come. But as of now, welcome to dongle life. With the new generation MacBooks, the best thing is Thunderbolt 3 is universal, as it uses USB Type-C connector, which can be used to charge, hook up to a USB Type-A data like a hard disk or a pen drive, a USB keyboard, a mouse, and the HDMI port can be used to connect to a TV or external monitor, and even it has an Ethernet port, so you can connect to internet via LAN cable, and it also has SD card slot, so that's also there. Coming to my old 2017 MacBook Air, I had to use this dongle for connecting to external monitor as it didn't have a HDMI port on it. So the new MacBooks are future proof and ready for USB Type-C everything, but not as of today. So finally, coming to the positives and negatives, I made an Excel, so let's run you through. I have 3 generations of MacBook Air and MacBook Pros that we can buy today, either new or refurbished. The major drawback that I see with the 2017 MacBook Air is the display and the huge white bezels. It looks out of place in this day and age of modern sleek laptops. And the 2019 MacBook Air is one of the good upgrade for the MacBook Air lineup, But if you have the previous versions, I would suggest to go for the 2020 MacBook Air, as it now offers a 256GB base storage option, but would highly recommend to jump to the next Core i5 quad-core CPU model, as the base model now comes with the i3 and dual-core processor. So this is for better future proofing. And if you're planning on getting a refurbished one, I would suggest to go for the 2015 MacBook Pro. Even with i7, it comes a lot cheaper and would be a good powerhouse and a portable laptop. But if you need a new MacBook Pro 13-inch, I would recommend to wait for the new refresh that is yet to come. So that will come with a scissor switch keyboard, and it could bring new features such as Wi-Fi 6 and a 4 Thunderbolt port even on the base config. And obviously we'll get the 256GB base config. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more content like this and stay safe. Peace out.